Hello and welcome to the Scotiabank Saddle Dome in Calgary, Alberta for today's game matching up the Calgary Flames and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Your starting goalies for tonight will be, for the Leafs, seems to be their number one now, James Reimer, who has 6 wins, a 2.03 goals against average, and a 924 save percentage. And he will be matching up against Joey McDonald, who has 2 wins, a really high goals against with 4.54. And here's your injury report with Carl Gunnarsson still out with his concussion. But both first lines are underway, and the Leafs have been red hot, coincidentally, the last 10 games, 7-2-1, looking to continue that hot streak here against the Flames. Camilleri up to David Jones, and David Jones gets wrecked by Dion Phaneuf. He seems to be going back to his former self as he was with Calgary, which is good for the Leafs as they need that kind of defensive rock. And a nice save by Reimer to start the game, and he will cover there. Now, Bernier hasn't been the best this year, so he's going to look to take over the number 1 spot if he can, but it definitely looks like Carlisle's going to ride with Reimer for a bit as the second line for the Leafs come out, and Kadri loses the draw. And John Michael Lyles, as we forgot to mention, recently acquired by the Flames from Toronto. He may have a big impact on this game as Lupul rings it off the bar. Now Gagliardi passes, nope, and that's offside. Frazier up to Lupul. Lupul's going to take it down the left-hand side. He tries deking around his man. Does so, and Gardner scores! A slap shot from the slot, and Joey McDonald didn't have much chance on that. A beautiful feed from Lupul, and the Leafs start off the game beautifully. That's Gardner's second of the year, as Joey McDonald had no chance on that one. A great feed from the corner from Lupul. Great patience to keep the puck after deking out his man. And the Leafs are now up 1-0, just over a minute in, sorry, not a minute, just over 5 minutes into the game. Frazier also gets the other assist on that, and now Bozak with the puck. He's going to turn around and pass to Franzen. Franzen loses the puck, but Kessel regains control. Kessel into the corner, back to Phaneuf. Phaneuf over to Franzen, and Franzen takes a quick shot, but that's turned away. Giordano with the puck in the corner, and he's being pressured and dumps it around. Weidman with the puck now. Passes it up to David Jones. Jones coming in the wing, and that's offside after he dumps it in. Kessel, the Leafs' leading point getter. He has 9. Looking to get 10 in this game. Has 4 goals, 5 assists. The scoring for the Leafs has been very spread out so far. But now Kadri playing it into Clarkson, and Clarkson nearly buries. But now Stajan up to Antropov, who was recently signed by Calgary as well. Stajan coming down the win, a nice slap shot, but that's turned away by Reimer with the glove. And now Phaneuf having some words with Antropov. Antropov, as most people should know, was a former Toronto Maple Leaf. And that's maybe why they were talking a bit after that huge hit from Antropov on Dion. The first line's out for the Leafs in a defensive zone situation. Bozak wins the draw back to Gardner, and Gardner puts it back up to Bozak, and now with Kessel. Kessel speeding down the wing. He's going to turn around. Passes to Mark Frazier. Frazier over to Gardner. Gardner takes a slow backhander, but that's turned away by Joey McDonald. Glenn Cross now with the puck. He's coming in the wing, and that's a big hit. I believe that was Gardner. I'm not entirely sure on that one. But now James Van Riemsdyk digging at his man, and that's a soft shot that's easily turned away by McDonald. Glencross again. Pass in is deflected away. Gardner now with the puck behind the net. He's going to stop up and let people get readjusted. Bozak to Kessel again. Kessel bursting down that right-hand side. He's going to stop up and play it into the corner. Camilleri with the puck now. Up to Giordano and back to Camilleri. Stepniak with the puck. And he's looking for that cross crease, but that is errant. Now back to Lyles, and Lyles' shot nearly made its way through. I think Stepniak may got a tip on that, but a nice adjusting save from James Reimer. And yes, Stepniak did get a tip on that. Very subtle, but it was enough to almost sneak through Reimer's 5-hole. Less than 5 in the period. Leafs send out their third line as Raymond has a bit of space to the left-hand side, cuts in, cuts back outside, and he will go into the corner without taking a shot. And Franzen whiffs on the shot now. Boland back to Franzen. Franzen going, pinching up and going into the corner. Kuhlman goes back to cover him, and it's back to Kuhlman now. Phaneuf loses the puck, and Antropov has a partial break. Kuhlman gets back, excuse me, as Antropov plays it back to Brody. Brody over to Lyles, and Lyles' shot is deflected and into the corner. Boland up to Kuhlman, and Kuhlman's puck, and the puck is stolen. And now Kuhlman steals it back again. Kuhlman going backwards, and he gets the puck stolen from him. 3 giveaways in that chain of events, as that will be the end of the period, I believe. Yes, it will. The Leafs are up 1-0. Reimer's been solid. Not a whole lot of action. Some big hits, but Joey McDonald also solid. That was the first big chance of the game. But we'll leave you here to watch the rest of the highlights. It's 1-0 Toronto. Back here at the Scotiabank Saddle Dome, it's 1-0 Toronto. We're about to get back under action. First lines are out, and we are underway in the second period. Both the Toronto Maple Leafs win the draw, and Dion Phaneuf now with the puck. He's going to play that up to Kessel. Kessel over to Bozak. Bozak is unable to get a shot off as Giordano defends the pass well. And now back to Phaneuf, sort of. Jones intercepted. Weidman up to Glencross. Calgary on the rush, but he gets cranked by Franzen. And now Bozak will just pass it into the zone. Giordano plays it around to Weidman. Weidman up to Camilleri. Jones, quick pass over to Glencross. Glencross has space, but he elects to pass it, and that was the poor decision, as now Bozak has the puck. Bozak stops. Over to Van Riemsdyk, but Van Riemsdyk is unable to get the shot off. Bozak now, the backhander misses. Van Riemsdyk kicks over to Gardner, and Frazier takes a quick shot, but that's turned away. Giordano up to Hudler, who's up to Jones, and Jones gets crushed, but Reimer makes the save. David Clarkson, he gets cranked as well, and now there's going to be a fight. Or will there? Excuse me. But there will be no fight. We'll have to take another look at this. But Frazier went after Hudler after the big hit on David Clarkson. We'll have to get a better angle on it. As here we go. Clarkson, oh wow, he got crushed. And it looked like Reimer was going to go after Hudler there. But Mark Frazier stepped in. And now Toronto's power play will come, as that was a charging call on Hudler as well. And that was a nice backhander that nearly snuck in short side. And Calgary will clear. Toronto loses the puck, Camilleri, and they regain control. Kadri up to Lupul, who goes up to Kessel. Kessel coming into the zone. He's going to stop up and try to play it into the corner for Kadri, but that's intercepted and cleared again. Toronto back to regain control. And the pass is errant and intercepted by Camilleri, who retreats back into the neutral zone and tries to dump, but that's intercepted by Paul Ranger. Paul Ranger, he's going to take the slap shot, but a nice save from Joey McDonald. McDonald plays it around for his defenseman, but there's nobody there covering him at the point. Franzen gets hit, but that's going to be another charging call, this time on Camilleri. It's going to be a 5-on-3 for 18 seconds for the Leafs. This is Toronto's big chance to get that insurance goal that's always needed. But he just took a huge, huge amount of strides towards Franzen, and Franzen paid the price. But Toronto gets a 5-on-3. Phaneuf, he's going to take the rush shot, but that's saved. Van Riemsdyk back to Phaneuf, and Phaneuf is unable to control the puck. As now Antropov has the puck. Antropov, he's going to play that around into the corner. And that pass nearly went in, actually. Reimer was lucky to be in position there. As David Clarkson getting some rare power play time as his shot is deflected, sorry. Gardner and Clarkson again getting another good chance. Now Phaneuf. Phaneuf takes the slap shot, but that's turned away by Joey McDonald. And now Stajan has the puck, and he will clear. 30 seconds left in the Toronto power play. They've had a long chance, and if they don't score on this, I think some people may be disappointed in the Leafs power play. But now Bozak entering the zone over to Clarkson. Clarkson back to Phaneuf. Phaneuf over to Gardner. Gardner takes the wrist shot, but that's wide. Phaneuf, he's going to take the slap shot, but that again is stopped by Joey McDonald. Power play is now over, and David Clarkson's pass into the slot is intercepted by Camilleri. Butler now with the puck. Butler up to Stepniak. Stepniak is stood up and intercepted. Mason Raymond with speed into the zone over to Bolin, and Bolin's shot had a big rebound but was unable to be corralled by Mason Raymond. And another big hit. Jeez, there's a lot of big hits in this game so far. Now, here's our first look at Keaton Ellerby, the recent waiver acquisition by the Leafs, as Gunnarsson is out and they have a weak defensive crop. Horak up to his line mate, and Calgary dumps around to Keaton Ellerby. Ellerby is hit and gives the puck away. Not good. But there's McClement, and Fraser McLaren nearly got the breakaway pass. Weidman held up against the boards and over to Jones. Jones is roughed off the puck, and Giordano recovers, and Jones is wrecked. Oh my goodness, another huge hit. I'm not sure if something happened behind the sidelines or something, but there's been a lot of big hits in this game. And Calgary and Toronto don't usually have the biggest rivalry, as Komarov, his shot is deflected. But Glenn Cross, oh my gosh. The trainers are going to be getting their pay very soon, as that period ends, but there's been a lot of big hits. There's going to be a lot of ice packs during this intermission. But here are some highlights. No score in this period, but a lot of good chances for both teams. Mainly the Leafs with their big power play. But as you can see there with that hit, a lot of big hits. We'll see you back for the Welcome back here to the Scotiabank Saddledome here in Calgary. It is 1-0 Toronto. Toronto will be looking to get that insurance goal early in this period. And Kessel looking to do so early. But he gets crushed. And now Calgary has it. Glenn Cross, he gets hammered as well. Like I've said earlier, there's been a lot of big hits in this game. Kessel takes the wrist shot, and that is saved by McDonald. Now Phaneuf, he takes the wrist shot, but that is deflected by his own teammate. Camilleri up to Glenn Cross, back to Camilleri. Camilleri stood up and dumps the puck. Kessel, he gets crushed again by Camilleri, and Weidman takes the point shot, but that is blocked. Kessel coming down the wing. He's going to come hard to the net. No, he turns around. He tries to pass to Van Riemsdyk, but that is deflected away. And now a big hit on Giordano causes a scrum. And will there be a fight? Doesn't look like it. Looks like Giordano and Kadri try to fight as well. Smart by the Leafs not to fight there. Kadri and Van Riemsdyk would have been a big blow to lose for 5 minutes. Instead, it'll just be coincidental 2-minute minors for Stepniak and Van Riemsdyk, and it'll be a 2-minute 4-on-4 play. Toronto sends out Bozak, and I believe that it is Lupul. Yes, it is. As Fraser has the puck, passes back to Gardner, and Gardner passes back to Lupul. Lupul is unable to get the shot away. Jones now with the puck. Comes in. He's going to take the slap shot, but that's easily turned away by Reimer. Fraser, he's going to slow down and pass up to Van Riemsdyk coming out of the box. Van Riemsdyk goes straight to the corner and passes into the slot for Lupul, who scores to make it 2-0 with 11:59 left in the period. That is a huge blow to Calgary, as that sets up the Leafs to win this game with that insurance marker. Almost a carbon copy of the first goal, except in the other corner, and instead of Lupul giving the pass to score the goal, he scores the goal. That goal is from Lupul, from James Van Riemsdyk and Fraser again. So the only difference on this play is instead of Gardner scoring the goal, it's Lupul and James Van Riemsdyk getting the assist instead of Lupul. So now Raymond coming down the right-hand side. He's going to pass in, and that nearly deflected in. Antropov, he's going to dump into the corner, and there's going to be a penalty now. Franzen slowly skating into the puck, trying to waste some more time. But Kuhlman's going to go off for charging, and I think I saw that at the top of the screen. He just blew up Antropov from behind. Oh my gosh, that was vicious. But now the Leafs have an important 2-minute they have a 2-minute penalty to kill. Bozak wins the draw, and Van Riemsdyk will dump, but that's knocked down by Giordano. Giordano over to Curtis Glencross. Glencross coming into the corner, gets checked, and regains control of the puck. Gets checked again, still has the puck to Camilleri, but that's turned away by Reimer, and then dumped by Bozak. Nice defense from the Leafs, as McDonald nearly plays it out and over the glass, but goes into the bench and will be a face-off. But Camilleri nearly slotted that between Reimer's pads. A nice save by Reimer. 1:15 left in the power play, as McClement and Bolin will take the offensive draw face-off. McClement wins, but his pass is intercepted by Stepniak. Now Antropov with the puck. Coming down the right-hand side, his pass is errant. And now McClement with the puck. He's going to dump, but that's again deflected down by Giordano. Giordano dumps it in. Gardner looking to play it, is able to do so, and he dumps. And this time it goes all the way down. McDonald being rushed. Giordano up to Stepniak. Stepniak coming in the left-hand side. Gets blown up by Mark Fraser. A lot of huge hits. I've said that multiple times already. Slap shot is turned away, but the rebound goes to David Jones. Jones over to Antropov. Antropov back to Jones, and that's his goal. David Jones scores with 6:41 left to make it a 2-1 game, and that's why that Lupo goal was so important. Gives the Leafs an insurance goal. That's Jones's 4th on the year from Antropov and Giordano. And as you see, that was a beautiful play. Jones to Antropov, Antropov back to Jones, and Reimer maybe should have had that, but somebody definitely should have been covering David Jones. That makes it 2-1 as the Leafs send out their second line with Lupul, who scored the last goal. But now there seems to be an injury, and yes, there is. Phaneuf is injured, and we forgot to mention at the beginning of this is Phaneuf's first game back from this 5-game suspension, but he could be out long term. After only being back for 2.5 periods after that lengthy suspension, he could be out again. But now Paul Ranger, he's going to dump the puck in. Brody, he's going to dump around to Horak. Horak to Lyles. Lyles is checked, and that's in! Unbelievable. Lyles gets checked, slides into McDonald, interferes with McDonald, and McDonald has no chance on stopping Kessel's 5th of the year. That is just super unlucky as Lyles goes sliding right into McDonald, is unable to slide his pad out to stop the puck. And that's a gimme for Kessel. Unassisted, 5 minutes left in the game, 3-1 Toronto. Kadri wins the draw and Lupul has it. Lupul will not dump, he's going to come in the left-hand side. Lupul back to Keaton Ellerby, but Ellerby whiffs on the slap shot and it goes back into the Toronto zone. Ranger up to Clarkson. Clarkson, he's going to take the slap shot, and that nearly went in. He got Joey McDonald sliding and nearly put that in the top left corner. It'll be an offensive zone face-off for the Leafs. Maybe can get a fourth with 3:27 left. That would put it beyond doubt, to be honest. But they lose the draw. Van Riemsdyk trying to get the puck, but Weidman has it. Weidman up to Camilleri. Camilleri takes the stop shot, but that is easily stopped by Reimer, and Reimer will freeze the puck with 2:18 to go in the game. 3-1 Toronto. Doesn't look like Calgary's going to be able to pull this game back to maybe even overtime. But both first lines are still out. Calgary won't give up. They have 2 minutes to score 2 goals. As it goes out of the zone, Bozak now with the puck. Bozak back to Frazier. Frazier stops. And back to Kessel. Kessel shot on goal, but that's turned away. And there's a penalty with 59.9 seconds left. Michael Camilleri has taken a slashing penalty. And I think that puts this game beyond all doubt. And the Leafs will most likely win. Unless Toronto scores, Camilleri will be out for the rest of this game. Kessel back to Franzen. Franzen skating around. Back to Lupul. Over to Ranger. Ranger takes the wrist shot, but that's turned away by McDonald. And another quick shot. And Kessel nearly puts away that rebound. As Calgary pulls Joey McDonald. And that pass is intercepted and nearly surprised Reimer. And that may have been an iffy goal if it would have gone in. But now Lyles, he's checked again. And Lupul scores his second of the game. And that's the second time Lyles has given up a goal. Looks like Toronto did good on trading him. 28.4 seconds left. Game's over. Joffrey Lupul's 5th of the year. And another check on Lyles that leads to a goal. You gotta feel bad for the guy. There's not much he could have done on both of them. But 4-1 Toronto. They send out the third line to get some more action. Russell with the puck. Sorry, I forgot his name for a second. Butler. Butler skating around. Tries to pass it to Camilleri. Is able to do so, but went into his skates first. 15 seconds left. The low shot on Reimer. That's turned away into the corner. And another huge hit. This time on Camilleri. Big hit after big hit. 5 seconds left. Will Kuhlman be able to get the shot? No, that's deflected into the corner. And the Leafs win this one 4-1 and continue their hot streak. Reimer was solid in today's game. Only allowed 1 goal. Didn't have too much chances against, though. And it seems like he's going to be the number 1 for potentially the next few months at least. Excuse me. But if you stay around to the end, there's some transactions. But if you do not want to watch those, just end the episode here. So for those people who will be leaving, I'd like to thank you for watching and have a nice day. Goodbye. But if you're going to watch the transactions, just wait. So first we traded Tyler Brenner to Calgary for 7th. We then signed Anton Babchuk to help with the defense as Phaneuf is out, as you will see in the next episode. We then traded Victor Louvre to San Jose for a 6th round pick. And we sent down TJ Brennan, who was then picked up on waivers, unfortunately, by Washington. I thought he was a pretty good player. And then call up Anton Babchuk, who's an 80 overall, sorry. And that's the end of the episode. Hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.